What is up, guys? It's your boy Issakis, and today we have the complete guide to Destiny Rising's version of a raid, and that is Monolith's Fall, otherwise known as Gauntlet Onslaught. There are 3 distinct encounters, each one is technically a separate activity, but in this video we're going to be showcasing every single mechanic for every single one of those 3 different encounters, as well as tips, tricks, and suggestions to help you beat this new activity. And hopefully in the first week, therefore, you get this very exclusive emblem. And so, let's get started. First of all, if you find this video helpful, please remember to support it by liking and especially sharing. It really does help. Also, let me know if you want me to make more Destiny Rising content in the future. Alright, now let's get it started with the break-in activity / encounter. So, immediately upon spawning in, you are going to run forward until you get to this area. That will trigger enemies to spawn, and it will begin the revive restricted zone. That means you only have 6 total revives. So you could revive the same guy 6 times, more likely it's going to be split amongst your teammates, but keep that in mind, every death is going to matter. So you're going to see a big circular, almost like a portal, in the middle of this arena, and then off to the side, you're going to have enemies spawning. You're going to want to slay out on these enemies, and importantly, you will have a Shinka spawn, the same one on each side, and it is going to be the Shinka that requires close quarters weapons. So guys, these Shinkas, essentially the Destiny Rising version of champions, are going to be present throughout Monolith's Fall, and you really need to account for them. This guy, again, needs close quarter weapons, so I was playing Gwen, and as you can see, I'm able to lower his shield with my shotgun by just going ape with my shotgun. That is what you will need in order to kill these guys. Now, technically you don't need to kill them for the mechanics to progress, but they're going to be really annoying if you don't. Regardless, you will then have sentry captains that spawn, and these will have red indicators above them, and they'll also have like a blue glowing thing above their heads. Take these guys out, and as you can see, they will drop keys that you will have to go to and pick up. So there is one of these guys that will spawn to the left side near the left Shinka, and the same for the right side. So there's 2 keys available in total. Now, when you pick this key up, this allows you to go through that, circular portal object in the center of this arena. Go through the shield. But where are you going? Because it's just a chasm. Well, whereas 2 people are picking up the keys and going across, the other 4 people, as you can see, are going to be killing these servitors, and then they are holding out on these platforms. There's one on the left and one on the right. If both platforms have people standing on them, then as you can see, a bridge will start to build. The people with the keys are able to go through that circular portal, go through that force field, and take the extending bridge across. As soon as they jump off the bridge, they're going to tell their teammates, okay, get off, because it is a bit tricky to survive on these platforms. You are going to be shot at while you're on these platforms. So stuff like Tan and his Well of Radiance, a bubble as well, super useful. Any sort of healing, honestly, Kabar is super good for holding these platforms open, but you will need to have the team being able to survive while holding open these platforms and extending that bridge. So, as for the crew that goes across, the 2 people with keys that go across the bridge, what are they doing? Well, upon getting to the other side, they're heading into this new area, and they're hanging either a sharp left or right. Then you're going to see these yellow bar fallen inside this kind of force field, and they have a Scorch Cannon. You can kill these guys through the force field. Like, you don't have to enter it to kill them, but then once they're dead, someone with the key needs to jump through the force field and pick up the Scorch Cannon. As you can see in the background gameplay, once you get the Scorch Cannon, you simply shoot one of these glowing objects in the back, and that will progress the encounter, guys. Technically, there's another fallen guy with a Scorch Cannon on the other side of this area. He's unnecessary. He's like a backup guy. Only one Scorch Cannon needs to be shot to blow up one object in the back. Now, at this point, you want to kill this big fallen captain before the next group of people arrive on this side. But now you're going to have 2 people from your group on the front of this bridge in the new area, and the other 4 people are still at the back. At this point, you need to send another 2 people across the bridge. So, the same things are going to happen. You have the Shinkas spawn, you have to take those guys down, you then have the sentry enemies with the keys spawn, you take 2 of those guys down, 2 teammates will pick up those keys, and then they are going to be the ones to go across the bridge, and then the final 2 teammates on that original area are going to be the ones that have to extend the bridge by holding open those plates. Now, here is where survivability is key, because before you could have 2 people per plate, now you just have 1. So again, Kabar using his, barrier, blinding everyone, super good. Tan, Yolder, like all those very survivable guys that can put up barricades, put up wells, put up bubbles, that may be necessary to progress here. But you're going to send those 2 people across. They're going to do the exact same thing. They have keys, so they can go through the force field, kill that Vandal, pick up the Scorch Cannon, and shoot one of them at the back objects. There'll be a new one that is glowing. Then finally, guys, you only have 2 people left on the original side of the bridge. Well, they can't hold it open and run. Now they're going to have to get keys. And this is where, since there's only 2 of them, they might want to start ignoring some enemies aside from the guys who drop the keys. But once they both have keys, then the 4 people on the far side, they start holding open the plates. As you can see here, guys, they can actually extend the bridge from the other side. So you assign, 2 people per plate. They hold it open for those last 2 people. The last 2 people make their way across that extending bridge. As soon as they get over, then everyone gets off the plates, and all 6 people are now on the same side of the bridge. The 2 people with keys that just came across, one of them has to grab a Scorch Cannon and shoot the final destroyable object in the back, as you can see. At this point, guys, you're going to head inside this area, and you have more Shinkas spawning. This time it's the explosive ones, where one rocket launcher or Wolf's grenade launcher can one-shot all of these, things down to lower the shield, or you can shoot them individually with a bunch of different weapons. We actually went with that approach. It actually isn't too hard, but you have to take these guys out, and then, as you can see, this encounter will complete, and congratulations, you have beaten Break-In. So, let's move on from there to the Menace above. Alright, now you're going to spawn in, run across this bridge, and then you get to this room here with a bunch of monitors displaying different symbols. The big monitor is the shape you need to make with the other monitors. So in this example, we have a circle on the outside and then a circular symbol on the inside. So you can see we have different monitors. The one with the circle on the outside is green, that's already been activated by a teammate. Then you have, one with a triangle. You have one with the small circular symbol in the middle. So obviously we're activating the large outside circle one and the small inside symbol one. We combine those symbols, and that's what we see on the big monitor. Once you activate that, then you have a battery that is going to be able to be picked up, one on each side actually, and this will let 2 teammates holding them prevent the other teammates from getting killed by these electrical charges. So they stand underneath these electrical gates with the batteries and everyone else runs through. After that, you're going to drop all the way down here, guys, and you're going to need to start slaying out on ads. Once you start killing these ads, eventually you're going to see that portals are going to open up. So there's going to be 2 different portals. You need to send one teammate through each one of these 2 portals, guys. And a recommendation here is send the Gwen players through, or someone playing a character that can handle a bunch of ads by themselves. As you can see right here, I go through the second portal that opened up, and when I get to this room, there's going to be a big servitor that spawns. I need to kill this guy and then kill the other ads that spawn with him. Now, at this point, I am actually going to see a large monitor in the center of the room displaying another symbol. So in this case, I have a triangle on the outside with the circular symbol on the inside. Then I'm going to look around this room and I have different monitors I can activate. So right here, there's 2 next to each other, one with a triangle, one with a circle. I'm going to activate both of those and that will successfully input the passcode. Then I'm going to keep slaying out on enemies, guys. Now, while I'm doing this, what are the other teammates doing? Well, I have gameplay from that as well. So, if you're on the outside crew, once you drop down, you simply start slaying out on ads. And similar to the inside, you're going to have more important ads spawn. Particularly, you do have these servitors, but they are Shinka servitors. Now, these are going to be what is blocking the main big monitors that display the passcodes you need. So these are rapid fire Shinkas, so you need to take them down with, a wolf with an auto rifle, for example, or a character that can use an SMG is a good example. But once you finally get this shield down, as you can see, guys, then the monitor is going to display exactly what you need. So in this case, we have the triangle and then like the 3 circles in the middle, and you're going to look around at the nearby monitors and find those 2 symbols to activate to input the passcode directly. You're going to have another rapid fire Shinka nearby. Again, you need to take that guy out to be able to see what's on the monitor, and then you need to enter the passcode correctly by inputting the 2 symbols to create the symbol displayed by the main monitor correctly. And once you do, as you can see, it will automatically teleport the 4 people in this area to the 2 different rooms that the other 2 teammates went to by going through the portals. So it'll just drop 2 of your teammates into one room and the other 2 into the other room, so you split up 3 and 3. Once you get into this room, then you're going to need to slay out on ads. Specifically, you need to kill a Scorch Vandal, guys. So once you do, you're going to pick up their Scorch Cannon, and you have 4 different objects. You need to destroy these like glowing blue objects. Now, there is a secondary Scorch Vandal, but if you're accurate, there's 4 objects you need to destroy. You have exactly 4 shots, so you can get it done with one single Scorch Cannon. Now, once you destroy all these objects with the Scorch Cannon, then the battery is available to pick up. So one person picks up that battery, and they're going to do the same mechanic they had to do earlier in the encounter, where they stand underneath these electrical barriers and allow their other 2 nearby teammates to pass through. Once they pass through, the people carrying the batteries are going to keep going forward. Now, as you continue along this route, you have these like eyes here. You want to take these out as quickly as possible, otherwise they will trap you and kill you pretty darn fast. So take those out, and you're just going to keep running down this hallway. Every time you get to one of these like electrical passageways, you have the person with the battery stand there and let the other people through. Then you're going to get to this big room here. You do have another Shinka here, and this one is the explosive one. So again, if you have like a wolf with a grenade launcher, you can one-shot it. Otherwise, you're going to have to shoot all of the small little objects to lower that shield. Take out this shank as quickly as possible. When you do, do, then you're going to have a Scorch Vandal spawn. So you kill the Scorch Vandal, you pick up the cannon, and you're going to shoot these nearby objects that will let you lower the shield, the barricade, that is preventing you from traveling within this hallway. So again, there's going to be those electrical barriers. You need to lower those, and then you're going to head to this teleporter, and that is going to teleport you back to this main central area. And when everyone makes it, the people with those batteries actually implant them in these two like big glowing like holes on either side of this really big object in the center of this arena. And once you do that, guys, then you're going to have a little bit of enemies you need to kill out, these big shanks here. And then it's the exact same mechanics over again. So portals are going to open up, people are going to go through, the single individuals need to kill their servitor, create the symbols on their screen. This time the monitors are going to be further apart when activating them, so they're not going to be right next to each other. The 4 people on the outside need to have their symbols displayed and create those correct passcodes. Again, it is the exact same mechanics as before, just this time the monitors might not be right next to each other. So once you do all that, you join your teammates, you transport the batteries yet again, guys, then you implant them again in this big huge object in the center of this, and then you get on an elevator. It takes you all the way up, and here are your rewards, guys. All right, now moving on from there, we have the final encounter, Issakis' Tabernacle. So what the heck do you do here? Well, you're going to begin in this upper area, and then when you jump down here, enemies are going to spawn. The first thing you need to take care of is some Shinkas. Specifically, you're going to see that 2 precision Shinkas spawn on either side of this arena. So you take these guys out with precision weapons. Stuff like Tan2's sniper rifle is very, very good for this. Once you destroy the shields, you take these guys out as quickly as possible, both of them. So if you want to have your entire team, all 6 people take out one, all 6 move to the other side and just gang up on these guys and destroy them, you can do that. That's what we did. Or you can split your team up 3 and 3. Regardless, guys, once you take these guys out, then the big boss, the spider tank in the middle of the arena, is actually going to jump to one of the sides here. Then you're going to have a bunch of enemies spawning on that side, servitors, a bunch of yellow bars. So you're going to be fighting these guys until eventually you are going to have these particular yellow bar vandals, these scorch vandals, spawn. You want to gang up and take these guys down as quickly as possible. You do have a time limit for doing so, but once you do, you grab their scorch cannon, and then you're going to shoot these glowing blue objects similar to the other objects you've been shooting throughout the rest of this raid or Gauntlet, Onslaught, whatever you want to call it. But just keep in mind that each Scorch Cannon only has one single shot, and there are 2 objects you need to destroy, so you will need to kill both of these Scorch Vandals to progress the mechanics. But once you do destroy both of these objects, then the spider tank is going to go and jump to the other side of this arena. Keep in mind, guys, you can get hit by this guy, so stay out of the path where it's jumping. But regardless, you're going to move your team to the other side, slay out on ads until eventually the 2 Scorch Vandals spawn. Then you kill those guys, pick up their cannons, and shoot the 2 objects you need to destroy. Now, keep in mind, while all of this is happening, you're gonna have the boss that is emitting a wave of arc damage. You need to jump over this wave, and you've been seeing that a ton in the background gameplay. So while you're doing all those mechanics I described, you're killing the Scorch Vandals, you're shooting those objects, you also need to be jumping over that arc damaging wave. Or you can see some teammates are up on this upper level here. They are shooting from there to avoid those arc waves. But once you do destroy all 4 of these objects, like the 2 on each side, then the boss is going to jump back into the center of the arena, and then out of these portals here, you're going to have more Shinkas. Specifically, it's the close quarter ones, so I use my Gwen's shotgun to destroy that shield, and you kill that guy as quickly as possible. Now, when you do, you're going to send one teammate through those portals. So there's 2 portals on either side. There are 2 close quarter Shinkas that spawn on either side. You will have to split your team up 3 and 3 to deal with them both, and then one of those 3 people heads through the portal. Now, if you do head through the portal, what happens for you? Well, as you can see, you have a massive servitor that you have to deal with. So again, sending through your Gwen characters, sending through someone who can do a lot of damage and clear out these ads is a very good idea. Once you kill these servitors, guys, then you're actually going to see on these monitors the part of the boss the rest of the team is going to shoot. So at this point, you can actually physically call out what you see, like, oh, his left arm is glowing, his front left arm is glowing. Or what you should really do, as you can see, is that you can ping these monitors, and then when you ping them, you can actually select what is glowing. And then when you do, you'll actually have a picture, as you can see, appear for the rest of your team. So comms or not, you should be doing this ping strategy to show your teammates what to shoot. Now, when you do, kill your guy and do your ping, remember, head over and help your other teammate. There is like a connecting hallway in between these 2 rooms, so you can, like if you get your guy done quickly and your teammate is struggling, go and help your teammate. Now, as for the people on the outside, the people who did not go inside these portals, what they're doing is coming together, and as you can see, they are shooting these eyes, guys. That is because these eyes will trap you and they will kill you very quickly if not dealt with. So they're just team shotting the eyes. Keep in mind there is actually an eye that spawns on the inside as well, but it's a bit easier to deal with. Like on the outside, there's like 3 that spawn all at once. You got to go from one to the other to the other. So you're dealing with eyes, and then, guys, you're dealing with missiles. So after the eyes are dealt with, as you can see, the boss will start shooting missiles all around the map. So you can see the red circles where the missiles are going to hit. You need to be just running around the map, avoiding these missiles. And then as you're doing that, you will see the pictures pop up on your screen, hopefully from the 2 people on the inside doing the callouts of where to shoot. So in this example, we have the enemy rear right and the enemy left claw. Remember, it's from the enemy's perspective. So their rear right, as you can see, I'm shooting my left, right? It's from the perspective of what the enemy is facing. But like if you look at the pictures, it's kind of just the one it shows in the picture because you're looking, directly on the boss. So that can be a bit of a tricky thing to overcome, but just wanted to mention that. Once you shoot these 2 correct parts, by the way, if you shoot the wrong part, like it says enemy front left claw, if I shoot the front right claw, I just wipe the entire encounter, like we lose. So don't do that. But if you shoot the 2 correct parts that have been called out, then it will progress to damaging the boss. The 2 people on the insides of the portals should be teleported back out, and with all 6 people, you're going to move forward to the boss. It's kind of going to fall down, and it will be immune at first, but then soon, as you can see, it will expose a critical, and this is when, you put down the Tan2 well, and you just go to town. You do as much damage as possible. So again, like, Gwen's spamming shotguns, spinning around whenever they can to release the purple orbs. If you're the Tan2, using your sniper, just laying into this guy, great idea. Whatever the highest DPS options you have, you need to use here because it is a 2-phase. You need to get half of the boss's health, and if you don't, let's say you only get 40%, well, you need to do 60%. You need to finish him off in the next phase. It's only 2 phases available for this boss. So do as much damage as you can, but you're actually likely going to want to fall back to stop damaging just before the damage phase ends, because you'll notice a bunch of enemies are spawning around near the end of the damage phase, and honestly, you can easily have your entire team get eviscerated here if you stay a bit too long. So once you secure that like half damage mark, you can start to back away and then, you know, move off. Now at this point, it is the exact same mechanics again, guys, right? Like it's going to be killing the Shinkas, which is going to have the boss jump to an area. You're going to slay out on enemies, get these Scorch Cannons, shoot the objects. The boss goes to the other side of the arena, do the same thing. You have the Shinkas coming out of the portals, kill them, go in the portals, call out the right parts of the boss to shoot. Here's where things are a bit different, however. When you're calling out the correct parts of the boss to shoot here on the second phase, it's different parts. So as you can see, we actually have to shoot specific legs of the boss. Those are like never parts you're going to encounter in the first phase. So just be aware of that. And also, when doing all these mechanics when fighting the boss, the arc blast is a little bit higher this time. So sometimes if you were standing on those elevated platforms before, now that blast can hit you if you're on that same platform. So again, be aware of that. But regardless, you're going to, again, still do the same base mechanics. Get back to damage once again by shooting the correct legs. Then you're going to lay into the boss, and hopefully you can do enough damage, and that is going to kill this boss and complete this encounter, guys. So once all 3 encounters have been done, then you should have access to go into your events tab and claim your very exclusive emblem that is associated with beating Monolith's Fall in this first week, along with some other rewards, guys, and you can put that on your Destiny Rising account. So there you have it, guys. That is how to beat Monolith's Fall within Destiny Rising. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny Rising content, let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys want to keep in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at Issakis, that is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.